Your champions of the 2019 GNAC Women's Basketball Championships are the Nighthawks of Northwest Nazarene University with a 70-64 win over Alaska Anchorage. With us in the postgame press conference is head coach Steve Steele, tournament MVP Ellie, Logan, and McKenna Walker. Coach, congratulations on winning the GNAC Championship. That was an incredible game tonight. Take me through the contest and just the emotions from start to finish.
Wow, obviously it's exciting to win. I think it was a dream start for us. We really spread the ball around and shot the ball really well in the first half. There's no way you can sustain that. And Anchorage, to nobody's surprise, went on a nice run in the third quarter, but I'm proud of the way our kids dug deep when it counted. They started rebounding, especially closed the rebounding gap on the offensive boards, took good care of the ball and took really good shots at the end. So I'm really proud of our effort.
Ellie was named the tournament MVP after scoring 15 points tonight with 8 rebounds and 3 assists. There was definitely a shift in momentum during the third quarter. Take me through that time and then the adjustments that NNU made in the fourth to be able to pull it back in and eventually pull on to the victory.
I mean, we talked about it before the game that it was going to be a game of runs and it was going to be about who could withstand the runs of the other team the most. So after our first half, I mean, obviously that was a big run for us. We knew that it was their turn, and just to withstand that and then to respond with one of our own. And I think we did that really well.
McKenna finished with 11 points on 3 of 5 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. This is 2 defensive programs going at each other. Talk about what you were seeing defensively and how you were able to, as a team, able to contain Alaska Anchorage, particularly in that first quarter.
I think just knowing our energy just comes from our defense and just using that as a focus. Obviously, we know we can score, and we got a lot of people that can score, so just knowing to channel our energy from our defense. So we were getting really excited when we were getting stops.
Was there any fear there when you guys fell behind in the fourth quarter?
Personally, no. I remember at halftime we talked about it. Like Ellie said, we know that they were going to go on runs. We knew it was going to happen at some point, so we just kept our head up and kept grinding.
And then for you, McKenna, you have not scored a ton this year, but then you came out red hot, and it seemed to kind of set the tone. Was that something you were trying to do, or was that just situational?
I think it was just situational, just whatever the team needed, or, throughout the season, whatever gaps I can fill and whatever things I see that we could use. So that just happened to be tonight, so that was fun, but we got the win, and that's all that matters.
And then obviously capping a pretty historic, well, not capping a historic season, but another milestone in a historic season. What is it like to finally take down Anchorage in this kind of a game?
In a really big game that mattered, that's a lot of fun. They're a team that is always going to be so hard to beat, and we also recognize that there's a good chance we're going to see them again next weekend. Mm-hmm. And so obviously it's exciting to win, but man, it's every time you play Anchorage, it's a really, really tough game. They are so good at taking things away from you that we have to continually make adjustments. I think our kids did a really good job of making adjustments throughout the game and not panicking. A lot of that is due to the fact that we have 6 seniors, and they don't let the younger kids panic. They just keep building kids up and loving each other and staying positive.
We talked a little in yesterday's press conference about where this program has been the last 4 years. As Craig said, another milestone in a historic season. Steve, what does it mean for you to have brought the Nighthawks to this particular milestone in the history of the program?
I'm not sure yet. Still living on adrenaline. It's only been a few minutes since the game's ended. I'm proud, I think, mostly of the way that our players handle themselves. On the court, off the court. I'm mostly proud of that. I think that we've been talking a lot about our seniors trying to leave a legacy for the kids behind them, serving them, loving them, and teaching the younger kids to do the same when they leave. So, because when they leave, they're going to remember the relationships. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they're going to remember they won a championship, but they're not going to remember a whole lot of details about the championships. They're going to remember the relationships that they built. And so I'm really proud of them for those things. They've done a great job building relationships.
Ellie, you've earned top academic honors. You've been an All-American in track. Where does this rank in your echelon of tremendous athletic accolades?
I'm not really sure. I've never ranked them like that, though. I think it's easy to be good on a team that's this good. No defense can focus on one person because we have 10 more that are going to come in and score 15 on you. So just enjoying the team, enjoying that freedom, because it's not something that we've always had. I mean, we've built it over the last 3 years with coaches recruiting and all the work that he's put in. So just, I mean, enjoying the people around me is definitely at the top of the list more than any award.
Finally, and this is a question for all three of you, almost certainly you'll be headed to San Diego for the regional, but talk about the strength of the GNAC in terms of the West region and women's basketball.
Man, our conference is so deep. I mean, Western Washington, what did they finish, 5th or 6th? And they could have knocked off anybody, especially playing at home. That speaks a lot to the depth of our conference. I think any away game is especially tough here in our conference, but even playing them at home, having to play every team in the GNAC twice, and try and knock them off twice, and then having to see some of those teams again a third time, to have been this successful this year, I think that speaks a lot to our depth, what Ellie spoke about. And so it's definitely been fun, but wow, it's a tough, grueling grind. There are no gimmies in this conference. Never, ever, ever a gimme. Even the teams that you see at the bottom of the table, especially when you have to go to their place, you know it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a dogfight. And then the second time you see anybody, whether it's home or away, there's so many good coaches. They've made really good adjustments. There's so much film, and they're ready for you, and they're ready for how you're going to attack them, how you're going to defend them. It's so tough night in, night out. I think I'm curious to see where we get seeded in the national tournament. I think last year we had 4 teams in the national tournament, and I think 3 of our 4 teams won in the first round of the national tournament last year, and that's not a surprise to us. I know that. So,
Ellie, McKenna, do you want to take that question?
I mean, like Coach said, the regular season is just a grind with any team that you play. All you have to do is look at the run that Billings made last year to know how good the conference is. So I'm excited to hopefully play someone else, but also I love the tough games and the ones where you just have to grit it out. So we'll see who we get matched up against.
Yeah, I agree with what they say. Every time we don't overlook anybody going to their place, especially. We know it's going to be a tough place. So even Fairbanks, who's last in the conference, we knew we had to take that seriously just because it is such a tough place to play in a hard conference.
Head coach Steve Steele, Ellie Logan, McKenna Walker, Northwest Nazarene, your GNAC champions with a 70-64 win over Northwest Nazarene, or over Alaska Anchorage. Congratulations and good luck in the regional.
thank you.
You.